everybody? Welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show where we talk about sports with comedians. So let's jump right into it because we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. My man Fig is in the building. What's up, Fig? How you doing, sir?
Man, it's a great day, man. TGIF.
It really is, man. Rodney Perry's also joined the show today. Rodney Perry, how you doing, sir?
Oh, all is well, gentlemen. All is well.
So let's jump right into it because we got a lot of stuff to talk today about, man. First up, I don't know if you guys happened to see this news, man, but the news report came out that Dan Snyder claims he has a lot of dirt on the NFL owners, and of course with Roger on NFL owners and Roger Goodell. And I found that very interesting. My man Talent also joined the show too. T, what's good, bro? How you doing, T?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling out here in Chicago.
All right. So, Fig, talk to me, man. Tell me what you think about going on with the Dan Snyder claiming he has dirt. That might be the reason why a lot of stuff hasn't jumped off on Dan Snyder. That might be the reason why we ain't seen the stuff we seen on Dan Snyder. What you think, Fig?
I believe that's absolutely right. Dan Snyder pulled the Nino Brown. He said, "This is bigger than me." He said, "I got a list of names."
Yeah.
He said, "If I go down, everybody's going down." He said, "It ain't just about me." He said, "You think I'm a ninja hater?" He said, "All of these NFL owners are ninja haters. They all hate ninjas."
He did say that.
He did. I know. He said, "Listen, if you tell on me and y'all come at me," he said, "I'm telling on everybody." He said, "I'm not going down by myself." He said, "I'm bringing down the entire NFL, Roger Goodell, the Shield, and all of his owners."
Yeah, which is a scary thought, right, Rodney Perry? Because at the end of the day, if he goes down, we might find out some stuff that will unsettle the entire cart that we know as the NFL ownership group, right? I mean, talk to me. What you think?
I mean, we've been kind of saying it since we first heard the story. Like, why is Dan Snyder not being suspended or whatever? And of course, I mean, when you know what a body's buried, you have a little longer life.
Yeah. And Talent, I'm gonna throw this out there. You may have a longer life, but eventually the news should come out on Dan Snyder getting fined. But if it doesn't, and this report comes out, now we know why it's not, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying, T? Like, we know now.
I say, just let it all hang out. Just snitch. Just at some point, you can't hide it no more. Somebody just needs to snitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big fan now. I was never a fan, but now I'm like, you know what? When you get the whistleblowers, I'm a big fan of whistleblowers. Once I know you get the capabilities of being what I want to know, snitch.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Don't do no crime with me. I'm pointing right where the gun at.
I'm with you on that one.
Yo, Frank, remember you as a kid and you got cousins and brothers and you do something, they be like, "Oh, I'm telling."
It is like that. Rodney Perry, my man Deshaun Watson is in the news, and he's in the news because, first I thought he was going to be in the news because he's in the facility now. He's already in the facility. But no, he's not in the news because of that, Rodney Perry. He's in the news because another woman came out forward saying that, you know what, he basically pulled his thing out and he tried to force me to have oral sex with him. And she filed that lawsuit against him this week, actually a couple of days ago. Now, how do you think the NFL should handle this now? Because he's already on suspension and he's in the facility, and another woman comes out. What you think, Rodney? You think he should be suspended, extended longer? What's your thoughts on this, Rodney Perry? What's your thoughts?
I mean, how do you force somebody to have oral sex? I mean, you either, I don't know, man. I mean, everybody that gave me oral sex, you know what? I don't want to really get into this one.
Yeah, I think that's a great one you left that. Big, how you think that the NFL should handle this?
Yo, first off, this thing has been going on for 2 years, right? So my whole thing is like, look, if you didn't come forward before now, it's too late. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Like, absolutely nothing. I could care less. This thing's been going on for 2 years. Now, magically, you appear. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about nothing you have to say. You're too late. The lawsuit is over. It's been settled. And if you wanted to say something, you should have came out before. Goodbye.
Well, I'll say this to you. I think she's trying to get her own separate lawsuit because Deshaun Watson did file with the group of women, but she might be trying to get her own separate lawsuit. Regardless of that, at the end of the day, how you think the NFL should handle this right now with a new woman come forward and she claims a little bit more than what everybody else has been saying? She said he tried to force her to have oral sex. You know what I mean? Like Rodney Perry said, I don't even know how you do that, but you know.
Yeah, this is the whole bait and switch. You got to treat this like Mitch Green. Remember Mitch Green? He's just popping up places, jumping out on Tyson, trying to antagonist, getting involved in what was already going on. The word was out, though, he's a loose cannon, this and that. You know, all you got to do is just antagonize him, you know, trying to force his way into a bout, into an actual fight so you get a payday. That's what this girl's doing. It's already, like, I'm with Fig. This thing's been going on for a couple of years now. And I know he looked like an easy Vic because it's believable, because he's been penalized for all these things. Even though he hasn't been found guilty per se, we're still going to do some reprimanding here. And I think she just sees it. You know what? I think I got a fast route to a single check, like you said, Frank, and try to get paid. I mean, Rodney said it best, man. How do you force, you know, somebody to do that? You know, pull this thing out. These courts are about to be flooded with things being pulled out. Next up on the docket, thing 1034C. Come on up.
That's
so you pulled yours out. You pulled yours out in Walmart.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, he's absolutely right. You're absolutely right with that. Rodney Perry, Chicago Bears played last night, man. Your boy Justin Fields.
No, they didn't. No,
he looked like he was on the run for his life. Talk to me about the Bears, because I watched that game when I could, Rodney, and I gotta say, they have no offensive line at all. They're gonna get that boy murdered.
I mean, that's been one of the issues through the last 3 or 4 quarterbacks, and it's that old saying, man. If I don't care how good a guy is, that if you don't have offensive line, you're gonna suffer. He made one play, man. It was like a little end around play, dropped it, faked it, and missed the guy wide open though. He had some opportunities. Even though, like you say, he was running for his life, he had some opportunities to win this game, you know, and he just didn't get it done. And that speaks to his intestinal fortitude. So, you know, the sad thing for me is I got, you know, some of my friends are just childish. People will call you and, you know, make little jokes. And I'm a bit traumatized, but it's okay.
You'll be all right. Talent, let me ask you, man. Ron Rivera immediately denied the Carson Wentz trade was a Snyder move. Meanwhile, Justin Fields is tired of being almost there after they lost 12-7 to the Washington Commanders. So Ron Rivera ended up won last night, and he was going to stay cussing and everything else because they weren't talking about his win. What you think about that?
That's my favorite guy right now in the NFL. Rivera is my favorite guy. When you can sit in the interview, first of all, and tell people, what you think the problem is why you're losing? He said, once we get a quarterback. Now, Wentz was right here. He's sitting next to the quarterback. He's going to say, once we get a quarterback. That's my favorite guy in the whole NFL right now. First of all, let me clear up, because Rodney, you know, did it like a silent jab. That was me that called Rodney last night. I was working late, and I realized, damn, Thursday Night Football, let me pull up the score. When I see that horrible soccer score, 12-7, I had to call my Chicago friend to check on him. You know what my Chicago friend, Mr. Perry, did, Frank? Soon as he said hello, I said, Rodney. He said, click. He hung up on me. He said hello to hang up. So I had to call back because I'm driving through the woods. Maybe the call dropped. I said, hey, we got disconnected. We didn't get disconnected. I hung up on your ass. I just called to talk about Chicago a little bit. And of course, tell them I love them. You know, we got to tell our friends we love them more and more. But Rivera, he's right.
Story. I said, go ahead, Talent. Do your little joke.
So, and long story short, I love the brother. He's a good friend. Rivera, bro, he's absolutely right to be livid the way he was. He's my favorite guy. He's cussing on the stand, and he's probably cussing. He mentioned something to the effect of, "There's a room. They're floating these rumors out. The whole quarterback thing." He walked back the statement not too a few days ago, saying, "I said it wrong. I shouldn't have said it like that. There's a lot more problems with the team. I know I kind of made it singled out on Wentz." And then it went deeper. The powers that be put the rumor out there that he never wanted Carson Wentz to come to the team. And he's saying that's far from true. He's like, "Oh yeah, we everybody else worked this magic to make this trade happen. And so they're starting the rumor. So guess what? You got the coach and the quarterback coming to a head. Pause. And that's never good on any team. But he's my favorite guy, and he had every right to rant and rave and curse everybody out at that press conference.
My man Dave, the business bully, is in the building today. What's up, bro? How you been? How's everything, man?
Well, I think it's time to make some moves, man. I'm happy to be back. I feel good.
Feel like you down 30 more pounds.
Just about, yeah. So I'm literally like 10 pounds away from 200 pounds lost.
It's just a coincidence. I'm sure it's just a complete coincidence that you came in this week on a Friday when the Eagles are 5-0.
Here's the thing. See, this is the problem, Frank. I just got back. You're just not going to easy. You're going to throw me. No problem. I got it. No, I got you. It's fine. I had a conversation with God. I went to God because, for those of you who don't know, my brother passed away, and it destroyed me on the inside. And I was like, guys, you have to make this right. And God says, listen, I can't give you your brother back, but I'm going to piss off Frank Holder and make these Eagles 5-0. Jesus did it. Won't he will? You're welcome, Frank. I mean, now I understand I've been going for about a month, but do I not recall saying that the Eagles is going to run up the first 4? I need you to go back in the archives and pull it up.
I'm going to go back in the archives.
Because I know I said the Eagles are going to be unstoppable. I know we're going to put some people in place. I know I said the Eagles were going to be dominant, and everybody here was kind of like, well, I mean, they look all right, but we'll never know.
Dave, what you did, let's be honest, is you whispered it, and we didn't hear it. So now we got to go back to the archives and make sure that you really did say it.
Wait till you see my hey, Frank.
Hey, talk to me, man, about Ron Rivera being heated last night, man. We're going to come to you in a second, Dave. Talk to me about Ron Rivera being heated last night after the game, man, last night. Because I got to say this. He won the game, and if you tuned in like I did, you would have thought he lost. That's where I
Yeah, because listen, here's the thing, Frank. Win or lose, when you're in a position where your job is on the line, whether you win or lose, and what you need to win, the organization won't give you, and then they turn around and throw you under the bus. That'll piss off anybody, man. I'll be upset too. It's like if my job is on the line, let me be like Belichick. Let me shop for my own groceries. And then if I lose, then do whatever you're going to do. At least give me a winning chance. They didn't give Ron Rivera a winning chance. And listen, he may look like a white dude, but pay attention to that last name. It's Rivera. So I don't really think he's getting a fair shot. And like, listen, why would you tell my quarterback that I don't want him? That doesn't make sense. Why would the organization do that? Or at least give me the quarterback that I do want and see if I can win. That's what I want. I mean, if you want me to win and my job is on the line, I have to produce. This is a producing job where in order for you to be able to keep it, let me pick the players that I want. And then if I mess it up, I stink it up, then fire me. But you can't pick players for me. They be losing, and now you want to throw me. Not only are you going to, my job is on the line. Now you're going to throw me under the bus too? It's like, come on, man. That's double jeopardy.
All right, now it's time to keep this show moving on. And since we got some NFL picks now, we got to go through some of them. There's two big games I want to talk to everybody about. So the first one, I'm going to bring Dave in. Dave gets the first one up, man. I wonder why. Because we got a good, big NFC East game coming up this week between the Eagles and Dallas. The Eagles are 5-0. Dallas Cowboys are 4-1. It's literally looking like one of the best matchup games of the week, besides the other game I'm talking about in a second. I know you got the Eagles. I know you got the Eagles, Dave, but talk to me on why you think the Eagles and how you think the Eagles are going to defeat Dallas. And I'm going to go out here right now on the record. I think Eagles are going to beat Dallas too. So that's what I think.
Okay, so here's the thing. And listen, go back last year. I was talking about the problem with the Eagles defense is that they weren't doing a really good job in stopping the run. Mm-hmm. The Cowboys are really heavy on the run this year, and we got you. It is blitz time. It is going to be a blitz because we know that Jerry Jones likes beating a dead horse the same way he likes getting down with black women. So all I'm saying to you, Frank, is this is going to be a game. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to be close, but I guarantee you that we're going to go 6-0 and they're going to go 4-2, and then everybody's going to be like, oh my gosh, it's happening because they know how to stop the run. They're not going to pass that ball because they're not strong enough to pass that ball. And I hate to break it to you, the wideouts are not as fast as the Eagles defense. So either way, it's going to be a good game, but 6-0, mark it down. And I ain't running if we lose. I said what I said.
Rodney Perry, do you think if the Dallas Cowboys is to win, let's be honest, if the Dallas Cowboys is to win, does this put Dak Prescott's job in jeopardy? Because I'm going to go on record and say if Dallas Cowboys do end up winning this game, Dak Prescott got some serious problems come Monday morning. That's what I think. What you think, Rodney Perry?
I mean, I think Jerry Jones and the Cowboys organization are really loyal. From Dak getting his money to they always keeping guys around a little too long. I don't see them shifting away. I think they believe that it's their system that's got them winning, and it's not the quarterback at all. And so, and you pay Dak so much money, you're gonna keep him in his position. So I think Dak is gonna be at the helm when he gets ready with and gets back. And how about this? Dallas.
You say you guys gonna beat the Eagles? Okay. I'm gonna throw this out there, talent. I said what I said because I think it's gonna happen because of Tony Romo lost his job to Dak Prescott the exact same way. You know what I mean? And Tony Romo had a big check too. At the end of the day, it wouldn't be surprising me if this move is made because this is a huge. And then of course, I don't want to put words in your mouth, T. Tell me what you think. Do you think if Dallas wins, first of all, who you think is gonna win? And if Dallas wins, what do you think is going to happen Monday morning if Dallas wins?
Let me tell you what's going to happen Monday morning. They're going to drink coffee.
That's true.
They're going to look at the plays, and this is Dallas. And they're going to say, damn, Dak, when you coming back? Because they ain't got a shot in hell of winning this game. Dallas don't have a shot in hell of winning this game. And I'm going to go out and go further and say this, bro. What I truly think, I think we looked at a couple of lucky weeks. Mm-hmm. So what I would call the Dak effect will kick in this week, playing in this NFC East battle. This is going to kick in. This is going to be the first loss to domino affect further losses, depending on how long it is before Dak can actually get in there in real time and play. Let's keep in mind, Frank, he's not even really practicing yet. They're working with him post-practice. He's not working on him during practice. The coach said, well, why would you do post and not practice? He said, because we're practicing for a game. We don't know if he's going to play, and we can't slow down the practice to wait on Dak. So we'll work on him and his grip and all the things that he's going through in post practice. They're not going to win this game. This game's not even going to be that close because the Eagles have shown us that they are the real deal. Now, I look for the Eagles to go easy 7-0 before the first loss. This is only game 6. Mm-hmm. And it's Dallas. I think Dallas is a fluke. I think those couple of lucky games, they stumble on a couple of victories. They got people talking quarterback and Coop and all it. I don't even think it's that deep. I think we're talking a lot more than we need to. We're talking heavy on the Dallas side, the what ifs, Monday morning. Oh, they got a quarterback controversy. No, let's talk about what it really is. Let's talk about how strong this Eagle team is.
Well, I agree. I think the Eagles are going to literally destroy Dallas, but Dallas.
I don't think it's going to be close. Not even going to be close.
Dallas has been carried by their defense. Everybody's overlooking that part right now. To me, everybody's not saying, "Oh,
no." Micah's out there. I just left Harrisburg last night. I cannot forget because he's out of Harrisburg and I'm there every month. They won't let me forget Micah Parsons. Yeah, but he's one man and he's one side of the ball.
Yeah, Michael Parsons has been carrying them, I think. But Fig, talk to me. Do you think you got Dallas or you got Philly? And what you think is going to happen Monday morning if by Dallas wins? What's your take?
Well, first off, I got Philly winning the game. I don't think Micah Parsons is going to be as effective because last week he had a groin injury, and those don't heal in 7 days. He'll probably play. They'll probably shoot him up or whatever and stuff like that and let him play. But I don't think he's going to be himself. He's not 100%. And I don't think they're going to be able to stop the Eagles. And the headlines after Dallas loses and they finally realize that this quarterback is not the greatest thing since sliced bread, the headlines will be, Dak, please get a grip.
And when you coming back? And when you coming back?
Because he got the injury, and the only thing they worried about is him getting a grip on the ball. So, Dak, please get a grip.
Yeah, and when you coming back? All right, but we got to talk about the rest of the games too. Well, one other big game is you got the Bills playing the Chiefs. Everybody's looking at like, you know what, this is like the second coming. Listen, last season, Dave, the Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season, but the Bills lost in the of the AFC Championship game. I think it was the first weekend or the second weekend of the playoffs, because the Bills beat the Patriots the first weekend of the playoffs. The second weekend of the playoffs, the Bills matched up against the Chiefs, and they lost in 13 seconds. They never got the ball back. It was a heartbreaking loss. The Bills have arrived in a lot of people's opinions. What's your opinion, Dave? You got the Bills, you got the Chiefs, and what's your thoughts about this big game this weekend?
First of all, I do have the Bills, and not because of chicken wings either, talent. Okay, I've mastered my chicken wing addiction. Thank you very much. We were in Caroline's, and Talon was like, you know what, bro, that was rough, but you gotta have yourself a chicken wing. It's fine. It's fine. No, we're good. We're good. I'm focused now. So listen, both teams are 4-1. Okay, yeah. Everybody on paper thinks that yes, the Bills have arrived, but in the back of their mind, they're like, yeah, but they're not gonna get past the Chiefs. This is where the rubber meets the road, and I'm here to tell you, I think the Bills are going to show everybody what it comes down to. I think when you put that sauce on Buffalo, they're going to dip out with a win. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a decisive win. I'm going to say it's going to be a clean win. Matter of fact, it's going to be a fall off the bone, extra crispy win.
Good. Okay, so you got the Bills. Okay, all right. T, pull out that sheet of yours, bro. What's the line? Talk to me, man. What's the line of the Bills Chiefs? I know you got the Bills Chiefs. Like, what's the line? And who you got and why? Why you got who you got?
Well, Bills Chiefs, you got the Bills giving 3 points. They're in Kansas City.
Okay. So who you
got? And for that reason, it is a little tricky. I knew this game was going to be a 3-point swing, no matter who's favored. It's all about who's home. I gotta go with my Bills, man. If Father Time and the universe and the energies are trying to align itself and correct itself, you put your money on the Bills because of what happened last year, the end of the year last year. They looking for some get back. So I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Bills. I don't care that they playing with the Chiefs home field and all that. I'm still going with this miraculous team because I think they're on their Super Bowl run. I really believe it.
I think they're on their Super Bowl run too. I think they are. But I gotta ask you, Fig. We doing NFL picks. Who you got? Bills, Chiefs, and Talon said they're playing in Kansas City. Man, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs because they're at home and because they're healthy and they're not a one-shot wonder. You know what I mean? When they had Tyreek Hill, that was the player that you had to focus on and make sure that he don't beat you. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that the Chiefs have a plethora of weapons, and I think it's going to be hard pressed for the Bills to shut them all down. Patrick Mahomes has been delivering the ball to any and everybody, and they have a decent running game. They have a passing game, and I just think Andy Reid has seen the Bills before, and I trust Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes to be able to get over the hump.
Yeah, I agree with that one, 100%. All right, T, I'm gonna throw you out here with this one. Here it is. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach is downplaying the attention that's happening because Tampa Bay is playing Pittsburgh. Obviously, Pittsburgh, they have 2 black coaches. You know what I mean? We got 2 black coaches. But this morning, 15 minutes before we got on the air, Tom Brady got the news that he just got fined for the kick for kicking Grady Jarrett. You know what I mean? When he was getting tackled, he turned around. As he was getting tackled, he kicked Grady Jarrett. The NFL looked at it and everything else. 15 minutes before we got in the air, the news dropped that he got fined for that. Now, here's the crazy thing about it. That during the game, that wasn't called. After the game, it wasn't called. That came up because of the uproar on how bad that play ended up being, because everybody was upset about how was that a roughing the passer, you know what I mean, play. So the NFL's trying to make amends, and they fined Tom Brady. What's your thoughts on Tom Brady getting fined for that? And do you think that it'll affect Tampa Bay versus Pittsburgh this week?
Well, first of all, how much was the fine? I want to know what a kick go for these days.
11,000.
11,000.
11,000.
Oh, that's a big foot, ain't it? That's a size 17 and a half. Damn. First of all, they're doing that to try to calm the fans, because the fans, football fans, have been in an uproar talking about the unbalanced calling and the safeguarding of Brady and how unfair it was, and it was a bad call. So this is that adjustment after the fact. Like, oh yeah, you can't be kicking. Like, see, we not Team Brady. We fined them for kicking. It's too little, too late. You know what I mean? But I see what they're trying to do. You're trying to do damage control.
Right.
And I mean, anybody that kicks anybody, you got to fine them, whatever. But it's not called in the game. You spent so much time on thinking this was a hell of a sack, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, roughing the pass, and all. You spend so much time on that. This is too little, too late to me, Frank.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Who you got in the game, T?
I'm definitely going Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay's in a rough spot where Brady is forced to try to inflict his dominance, if you will. Like, he's in a real mediocre state. And one thing we've learned about Brady since he is a rival to greatness, if you will, he hates to be mediocre.
Yeah, he definitely hates that. Dave, talk to me. Tampa Bay is playing Pittsburgh. Tom Brady gets fined this morning, $11,000. You know they upset. You know they upset. Who are you taking against Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay? Who you got? And do you think that this NFL fine was something exactly what Talon said, to try to get some fans back, because the fans are upset at that roughing the passer penalty that happened last Sunday?
Yeah, Frank, let's be honest, and I mean, I feel like this is a safe space for me. Let's talk about this for a minute in real terms. Are we stupid? Mm-hmm. Do we not know that whether I like him or not, and I do not like him for the record, I admire and respect Tom Brady. This is Tom Brady's NFL. This man has survived deflation, controversy. He's broken passing machines. This man has survived the ire of all New England fans, not up into including yourself, but this is his league. Just like in the 90s, the NBA belonged to one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Mm-hmm. Let's not act like it did not. Now, we don't have to like it, but that's just the world we're living in. And so, yeah, they're going to give him that little fine. Listen, you know what Tom Brady's afraid of right now? How much money Gisele Bündchen's going to get in this divorce. Like, and with that, y'all don't understand. I would have kicked that little punk too, because this man is dealing with heat. Did Tom Brady ever come up to a runway and not just sell off of it, Frank? He did not. Nope. He stayed in his lane. And you know how hard it is to get a consistent quarterback who wasn't drafted in the first round to stay in pocket? Nobody stays in pocket on or off the field better than Tom Brady. So yeah, they're doing this to shut the fans up, because the fans hate the fact that it's Tom Brady's NFL. They hate the fact that he is a white quarterback who is better than most black quarterbacks, brown quarterbacks, one-eyed purple horn, flying purple people eater quarterbacks. They are upset at this. And for that very reason, it is that level of emotion and upset that is going to allow the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win decisively. And I hate to say this as a pro-black man, I'm so disappointed in Pittsburgh. Because you know what's going to happen? The next time they try to get an all-black coaching staff, they're going to say, hey, remember what happened in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, well, let me ask Fig what his thoughts are right now. And oh, Dave, who you got? You got Tampa Bay. You said Tampa Bay.
I got Tampa Bay. Yeah.
All right, Fig, who you got? What's your thoughts on this Tampa Bay fine for Tom Brady right now, $11,000 in NFL, which was not called during the game? I got to keep throwing that out there. Was not even talked about during the game. like that at all. So what's your take, please?
This is the Draymond Green effect. This is what happened. Tom Brady tried to pull the Draymond Green, kicking the defense in the ding, and he got away with it. The fans was in the uproar, and he got some residual $11,000 fine. And I also have to blame Giselle, because when she filed for divorce, this is just the tip of the iceberg. In accordance with her name, these things are going to start happening to Tom Brady in bunches.
This is just the tip.
It's just the tip. And it's going to happen in bunches.
Yes.
Brilliant, sir. Brilliant.
He on a roll today, bro. He's on a roll today. He on a roll today. T. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Tom Brady, he was fine. Tua officially got ruled out, whereas at Monday, they were saying he was going to play. So the crazy thing about this is the Miami Dolphins are playing the Vikings this week, but Tua is now on listed to play. And this is 2 weeks after he got his head injury. Monday, he was ruled out. Today was Friday. It looks like that Monday he was ruled in. They were saying he was going to play. And today they're saying he's going to be ruled out. Do you think they found out something that we don't know? What you think about this, T? You think they're trying to cover themselves?
Well, I think that Tua, I like I said before, I think earlier in the week, I would there's no rush. I would have gave it another week or so. But I understand he wants to get there and hush the murmurs that's out there. But I don't see Miami winning, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm really got remember, I think before the season started, you asked about sleeper teams. I think Minnesota's one of those sleeper teams. Mm-hmm. Minnesota's very solid. We don't watch them a lot, so we just check the stats and they won. They're very solid. And to a team, as you can see, my Jets, 40 points. What we did, you see what we did to them. So I think they're still in shock off of that loss. That was a divisional loss, Frank. That was a big loss. And to let the Jets put up 5 touchdowns all on the ground on you. I mean, your defense on the run game is nil at that point. 5 for 40 points to beat you. So I look at them to lose. I think Tua's coming back a week too early. And I just don't think it's the right call. I like you said, there's something going on back there we don't know, or some message they're trying to send, but I just think it's too soon, and I got them losing this week.
Okay, you got them losing. Fig, who you got? Miami versus Minnesota. And Tua got ruled out this morning. Let me see. They literally officially got Skylar Thompson playing.
Yeah. Skylar Thompson, he was working at Stop and Shop last week. They went in there and said, "Hey man, you want to play some football?" Oh man, let me tell you something. Back in the day when Vikings, we talk about real Vikings, not the team, Vikings, they used to eat dolphins. And that's what's going to happen on Sunday. The Vikings are going to eat these Dolphins for lunch because they ain't got no chance to beat the Vikings, man. The Vikings are a pretty decent team. I mean, they ain't making no headlines and stuff like that, but quiet is kept. They kind of like under the radar. They winning. They doing their thing. They run. They pass. They're a solid team. And Miami seems like they're in a little bit of turmoil with missing Tua and all of the controversy and stuff that happened with him. Because guess what? Not only did the media put a lot of light and attention on the fact that they put Tua out there, those players also know that the team doctor threw him out there when he wasn't supposed to. There's not an NFL player that knows anything about the game that didn't know that Tua was concussed. Mm-hmm. They all knew that. They know that. They've seen it before. They know what a concussion looks like. And they threw him to the Wolves in 4 or 5 days, because it was a short week. They threw him right back out there, and everybody saw what happened to him. And I'm sure there's a lot of uneasiness in the Dolphins locker room. So I got the Vikings this week.
Dave, you got the Vikings, you got Dolphins. Tua comes back after a tumultuous 2 weeks. He going up and down. Do you think it's too soon?
Yeah, I agree with Tom on this. It's a week too soon. I think that this is a lot of times, and this is the problem, like the NFL just like the rest of these so-called organized sports, is not professional wrestling. You don't have to do what the fans want, because sometimes when you do what the fans want, you are compromising the players. If you don't let somebody heal fully from an injury, you're only going to make them get injured worse later on down the line. Right. So I'm going to tell you straight up and down. Yeah, I'm with Fig on this. Vikings all day, every day.
All right, so let's keep it moving. T, my man Draymond Green. I said that Draymond Green, my man, hardly can't stand. I can't stand Draymond Green or the Warriors. But anyway, anyway, at the end of the day, after all the drama and everything else that was going on, he's coming back tonight. He's facing I forgot the team they're playing, but they're playing tonight. And end of the day, a lot of people are upset that Draymond Green is playing because he wasn't suspended by the team. He was fine by the team. He's coming back. Do you think Golden State Warriors are bringing him back too soon? What's your thought on this whole situation with him coming back today? And a lot of people are up there. What's your thought?
Well, I'll tell you what I felt about it, Frank. They got to bring him back. They got to put him in action, put him in motion. The game starts in a few days. You know, the league and the kick tips off in a few days. You got to put him out there. You got to let people see him, because how else can you shop him? Mm-hmm. It's hard to sell something that I can't see. I got to show you that he's healthy. He's running up and down the court. He's the same old Draymond, to get a team to bite and offer me something. And then I'm going to get rid of him, because this is, I don't care what nobody say, man. It's so many components of this thing that people, Draymond did a press conference talking about, oh, we put it behind us. We're professionals. We're going to work and get it done. That's what you think. What you're not taking into consideration is this is a young boy. This is a very young man that you did this to. Mm-hmm. And because there's video and because there's social media, these young people, they live and die by social media. Right. It's it's not like us, Frank. Like somebody could do something to us and I go, I just won't go on Twitter, or I just won't go on the gram. I just won't go on my Facebook, because we know what life is like without these things. They don't. This young dude is not over this in no way possible. Even if you apologize, because remember, there was like a day or two in there before we seen the tape. Mm-hmm. We just heard about it. So even if you went to apologize, say day 2 before the tape dropped, hey man, I was in the headspace, man, I apologize. And even if you for that moment was thinking about accepting that apology, and then the video drop, that's a dagger for a young dude, bro. Yeah, that's a dagger. I think he's coming back for that reason. We have to put him out there. We have to show people that he's healthy and he's still Draymond, and see what the offers are coming in.
Well, I'm going to say this, Dave. Steve Kerr came out and said this is the most drama that the team has ever faced in his entire tenure as coach. He thinks it's tumultuous, it's ups and down. He's dealing with that. He doesn't know how to handle this. He said, we got to figure out how we're going to handle this as a team. These are Steve Kerr's words, not mine. How do you think, and what's your take? Because you haven't been on the show at all. How do you think Draymond Green should be handled, and what's your thoughts on what's going on with the Golden State Warriors? Well, I mean, as far as the Golden State Warriors go, this whole situation is an extreme punch to the face, Frank. Mm-hmm. I think that, and I'm trying my best to be impartial and be a professional, but I don't really like Draymond Green. I feel like Draymond Green is one of those kids that Sally Struthers helped out for 33 cents a day for the price of a cup of coffee, had the fly in his eye, and he sat there with that big, Kool-Aid eating smile. But yeah, bro, you out of order, and you're causing a franchise to have a black eye. Wait, no, but I think him coming back to the Warriors, yeah, okay, fine, but I think it's going to hurt more than it's going to help. I think that's all anybody's talking about. What else are we talking about when it comes to the Warriors, Frank? I'll wait. And that's the problem. It's a distraction, bro. It's a huge distraction. Fig, what's your take on obviously Steve Kerr coming out this morning, or was it last night, coming out with this statement saying this is the biggest black eye the Warriors have ever had on their team, and how they're going to handle it moving forward?
A lot of people are looking at what Steve Kerr said, and they may be missing the context in which he was saying. I think what he was talking about is the public image of the Golden State Warriors. I don't think he was talking about what happened, because I keep saying this over and over and over again. This sort of things happens in the NBA all the time, except there's no tape. And everybody that is harping on this whole thing, like this kid is destroyed and he's never going to get over this. His life is ruined. Come bring me your softness. I mean, where all the butterflies and the violins about this dude can't get over a controversy that happened in the locker room. I'm telling you, back in the day, guys used to have fights and end up as best friends. There's players in the NBA on interviews right now talking about how they were getting into fights over and over again with different players and this one and that. Is this bigger than Sprewell choking PJ Carlissimo?
You know, Fig, you keep bringing these things up. The crazy thing about it that you never ever mentioned is none of these fights were on video, and a man getting.
I did say that. I said that. You didn't listen.
Let me just finish. Let me finish. You didn't. You cut me off.
You cut me off.
None of these fights were ever on video, and a man never got knocked out on video for the whole world to see. So how's your take on that?
He got knocked down.
He got knocked out. He got knocked out.
He was unconscious.
He got knocked out.
He was unconscious.
Yes, he got knocked out unconscious on video.
I think that Draymond Green is going to play the entire year with the Golden State Warriors, and I'm willing to put money on anybody that wants to bet me. And I think they're going to do fine. I think the Golden State Warriors are going to contend for the championship this year. I think they're going to break their foot off in a lot of people's behind. And I think Draymond Green is going to excel this year. I think he's going to be exceptional this year because that's the one thing when a player that plays like Draymond Green, when you motivate him, he gets better. It's like what they did, and then I'm done. It's like when they suspended him that year. In Game 7, Draymond Green, I don't know if a lot of people remember because the Golden State Warriors lost. He dropped over 30 points. So I think he's going to be extremely motivated this year. And I think the Golden State Warriors are going to do exceptional because they have veterans and young players that play at a high level. And I think they could possibly repeat this year.
It'll be interesting to see. Speaking of which, when we're talking about turmoil with other players, we got to look at what happened with Russell Westbrook last night, too, because Russell Westbrook, the Lakers was playing last night. T, first of all, T, did you see social media of Russell Westbrook's interaction with the Lakers last night? I've never seen in all my years
lack thereof.
I've never seen a player do the stuff that he did. Now, if you haven't seen it, he wasn't when they were huddling up before the team. He didn't do that. And on the court during the game, when Pat Bev was like, "All right, y'all come together, let's start," he didn't do it until after he had to be coddled to come together. It's just the way he was interacting didn't seem like he was with the team. With that being said, word comes out this morning, T, that Russell Westbrook is going to start working out with the second unit. So, do you think his day is at number 2 of the Lakers? What you think?
Yeah, but we knew this. And here's the thing. It's one thing for something to be a rumor. Once you start seeing steps put in place that's kind of solidifying said rumor, changes your attitude. And that's what we're seeing last night. They made an announcement that we're going to go forward with pulling you off the bench for the second unit. He don't like that because that's writing on the wall of I might be out of here for real. Like if they pulled me out of the starting lineup, I'm a superstar player that they made big moves to get here to try to win a chip. Yeah, I came in, I stunk it up. I broke all the backboards and bent the rims. But now you're talking about we're going to pull you off the bench for the second unit. So now he's walking around. I used to have a joke about that with corporate America when they say stuff like, Exxon's giving heavy hints of a large layoff. What the hell is a heavy hint? Coming off the bench is a heavy In this instance, coming off the bench as a star player, that's a heavy hint of a large layoff. The writing's on the wall, Frank. He's going to Golden State, straight up trade for Draymond Green.
Here's what I will say. He is definitely the most expensive person coming off the bench in the league. No doubt about it. He gets $44 million a year this year. Talk to me, man, Dave. What's your take on Russell Westbrook's interaction? If you saw it, did you see it? I don't know.
I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it. It's like Carl Thomas and Ralph Tresvant after an orgasm. It's emotional and sensitive. I'm just trying to figure out how we don't know this, right? Everybody, again, I just need you to, Frank, what have you been doing since I've been going? Have you gone through these tapes? I told y'all that Russell Westbrook was emotional. I told y'all when he put on that skirt, it was going to be a problem. I told y'all that y'all should have started respecting that non-binary person's pronouns. And we can move forward as a team. The thing of it is, and I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm so happy Rodney Perry had to go, so I can say this freely without him thinking that I'm in any way trying to butter him up. LeBron James is on the Mount Rushmore of any basketball GOATs you can come up with. Period. You don't gotta like it. But he's one of the greatest players of all time, if not in the last 25 years. If you just want to be extra about it, I'm gonna land my plane on this, Frank. LeBron James is humble enough to listen to Pat Beverly. But Ruffy? Oh no. And he wonders why. He wonders why that he's being put in a position to boot it off a team that has such heritage and such legacy that every time he shows up, even the announcer after going, LeBron James goes, Russell Westbrook. like he's all of a sudden commentating at Wimbledon. No, he's got to go. He's problematic. He's extra. He's emotional. I can't stand it.
I will say this. I still think that Russell Westbrook playing with Pat Beverly, if they can get it together, it could be a serious tandem. I think. But I don't know. We'll see. Fig, what's your take on Russell Westbrook? Did you see the social media post and stuff last night?
I did.
And what's your take on the interaction?
You know what? I saw it, but Russell Westbrook, he gave another take. He said actually when the team was calling him over, he was talking to the coaches. He said, the tape didn't show that. He said they didn't show that angle. So I don't know. Maybe he was being contrary and just not paying attention to what was going on, or maybe he really was talking to the coaches. But I'm not sure if Russell Westbrook running the second second unit is such a bad thing, because some of the most bona fide scorers that we've ever had in the NBA came off the bench as the sixth man. Sweet Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford, hell, James Harden when he was OKC came off the bench. So I know people look at it as like a downgrade, but Russell Westbrook is he's similar to LeBron James, is that he can attack the basket, and if he has shooters to flank him, he can do very well. So if he runs the second unit and they surround him with some decent shooters, Russell Westbrook might have an exceptional year this year. But if his mental can't wrap around the fact that he's coming off the bench as the sixth man, then the Lakers are in trouble.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's not even look past another team that possibly could be in trouble, T. The Milwaukee Bucks have not won a preseason game, and people in Milwaukee are upset. They 0-5. You think that's going to roll into the season? Now, mind you, they got all their starters back, everything else, but they 0-5. They haven't played all their starters, to be fair. They haven't played all their starters the whole game and everything else, but they 0-5, and people are panicking up Milwaukee. What's your take on Giannis?
I think it's preseason, man. I think that those boys shift into gear when they need to. Plus, they got a new assistant coach coming in. Kelly Kels, comedian extraordinaire, is going to be the first female assistant Gatorade coach provider. Let me tell you something. These are professionals, Frank. Sometimes it's the old bait and switch. Sometimes people use preseason because those records don't count. Sometimes they use it to go through the motions. It's almost like a scrimmage with an outside team. When I played ball, I used to bring in these weird teams that wasn't even in our division or our brackets that we would never play normally, but they just want to see us run up and down the court with them, to see weaknesses and strengths and stuff like that. The wins don't matter. I think Milwaukee's looking at it like, when the season starts, we count those right now, because they got their people. It's not like they're injured. They're pretty healthy. And every time I see that team stand up, man, they got size, bro. Like, you got like three or four 7-footers and power forwards and all that. And all they do is keep some two solid guards, and they run everybody out the gym. I'm not worried.
They sure do. Dave, amid social media criticism, Brooklyn Nets, Ben Simmons is leaning on Kyrie Irving because everybody was posting yesterday and the day before. Ben Simmons was doing a shoot around, everything else, and playing. He'd do a couple of air balls and he was getting torched on social media by that, but and it was bothering him. But Kyrie Irving came up on his defense and everything else. What you think about the Ben Simmons with Kyrie Irving coming to his defense after he shoots the air, and it's all trending on social media?
Frank, is it November 19th?
Nope.
I thought it was my birthday. The Eagles are 5-0. Oh, the Ben Simmons experiment. It's hot trash truck juice, Frank. Kyrie is going to come to his defense because he knows what it is to be an ostracized Brooklyn Net, all behind the vaccine situation. But I stand by the assertion that Ben Simmons is hot trash truck juice. He is a disgrace to the light skin race. He is absolutely not worth the paper he's printed on. I will take an injured Russell Westbrook before I put any money on Ben Simmons. What has he done? Can somebody tell me what he's done? We keep talking about how great of a player he is. I ain't seen it in years. When? The only thing that I thought he did great was Kylie Jenner or Kendall Jenner. One of them. I can't keep up with them Kardashians. But other than that, on the court, Frank, I don't know. What do the numbers look like, sir?
For the record, I want the small print to come up to the producers when we put it up in.
Sorry, I got you. Hold on, it's been a while. I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, the views and expressions of Dave Anderson, the business bully, are not those of Frank Holder, talent, comedian, Fig, I Am Rich, Humor Mill, its subsidiaries, affiliates, and advertisers. Please take everything this crazy Negro says with a grain of salt. Thank you very much.
First of all, Kim Kardashian got booed at the Rams game.
Yeah, she did.
So it ain't our fault. We don't need a disclaimer for that. She got booed.
Yeah. But I was going to also add to that disclaimer, too, is that my man Dave was a former Philadelphia 76er fan. And the words of you should have put that, you got to put that at the beginning, Dave. So, Fig, your last question today is going to be Zion Williamson is day-to-day for the Pelicans after tweaking an ankle. People are concerned out there in New Orleans that same foot, same ankle, having problems with that ankle again. What's your take on how the Pelicans should handle Zion Williamson?
Man, I don't know, man. I didn't even realize it was his ankle that was injured. I thought he injured his knee. I thought the problem was with his knees. I didn't know it was his ankle. Man, it's a scary thing, man. If you New Orleans Pelicans fan, because this kid, when healthy, is a phenom, man. He is that dude.
Yeah, he is.
He is box office. He's unstoppable in and out. He plays defense. This kid does everything, man. And the only thing that can stop him is his health. So if you're a New Orleans fan, that's a scary thought that this kid might not be able to go because of his, being injury prone like Anthony Davis.
I would say this. I think he's going to be the dude who's going to take the torch from LeBron when LeBron retires. I think he's going to be that.
I do too, if he can stay healthy and play.
Yeah. T, tell everybody out there how they can follow you and where you're at, because evidently you were not in your normal abode. So
I am officially on a little vacation mode right now. You know what I mean? I'm up here in the Pocono Mountains with my peeps. We just getting drunk, high. You heard that? We had a full-fledged breakfast, edible breakfast, edible grits, edible eggs. We were so high. We went deerback riding last night. The state trooper told us we can't do that in the state of Pennsylvania, so we stopped. But follow me, Talent Duck Comedian is going down in the Jersey area next weekend, headlining the Stress Factory for 4 shows. Come on out, have a ball. And it's Rutgers University homecoming weekend, so it's going to be fun.
Well, T, thank you. You safe, bro. Have a safe weekend, bro. Fig, talk to me. Tell everybody
Hello,
else.
Man, I am so insulted at the fact that Talent alluded to the fact that he would put marijuana in grits, cheese, salt, butter. But marijuana and grits. Now, you follow me on social media platforms at Comedian Fig, and I am rich. I'm trying to catch up with the business bully. But yeah, man, all social media platforms at Comedian Fig, and I'll tell you what's going on shortly. But I'm working on some stuff.
My man, Dave, the business bully. Anything? First of all, thank you for joining the show again, man, and definitely best wishes to your family. It's good to see you back, Dave.
Sure.
Good to see you back joining the show again. We'd love to have you, man. And we wish you the best, you and your family, man. And also, I wish the best in your Eagles, too, because the Eagles, I really see Eagles Bills Super Bowl. I gotta say, I see Eagles.
It's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. You might as well mark it down. Yeah, I was worried, man. I was like, did somebody leave talent in my brother's repass room at the church? Because that was not his normal domicile. I ain't hear no dogs, but that brother said, yeah, breakfast, BREFFUS. You can follow me at The Business Bully. Brand new Goat Herder t-shirts available right now at businessbullyshow.com. I am gearing up for a speaking tour, so I'm excited about that, and also looking to get on some new stages. So, it's good to be back, man. I'm starting to feel like myself a little bit.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey, Frank, since Mike Sean is not here, Brittany Griner is still not home yet. Let's not forget Brittany Griner.
Okay, and with that being said, the show's called what? It's called Box Seats. We're on the Humor Mill 3 times a day. Let's see. We are going to be tuning into the baseball. We got to talk about baseball playoffs. We really have to, because the baseball in the playoffs, we have to figure a way to get this in. And we've got to talk about the rest of the NFL games come Monday morning. We're going to talk about the picks. We're going to talk about who's doing what with whom. I'm really anxious to see what happens on Monday morning and find out whether or not Dave's team is going to be 6-0, 5-0. Let's see, they're 5-0.
6-0.
Yep. On Monday morning, we're going to finish talking about the rest of that. And the rest of all hot topics in sports, we're going to see how Golden State handles this, the Draymond Green situation, the Lakers handle Russell. We got a whole lot of stuff to continue on to talk about. So y'all continue to tune in. Download the Humor Mill app. With that being said, we got to go. Y'all have a safe and prosperous weekend. Thank you all for tuning in, all the people on the side who are tuning in. And continue to support and share the love. I really express. Thank you. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all safe and prosperous.